this week today. I'm Truax. I am so grateful and honored to be asked to do the AM Power this morning because I am going to actually share with you guys something that has not just got me through 11 years of network marketing, but my entire life as a professional dancer. So for those of you who don't know anything about me, I'm from California originally. I live in New Jersey, right outside Philadelphia. So we're in South Jersey, not up by New York. We moved out here about 10 years ago with my husband and my 3 kids who are very small. It was network marketing that actually brought me out of the dance studio late at night. We were 6 figures in debt from my son's medical bills. My oldest son is on the autism spectrum. I am holistic in every way, shape, and form, and I was doing everything I could to support him. That drove us to be 6 figures in debt. And it was network marketing that brought me out of that 6 figures in debt and launched me into so many other areas. But I'm going to tell you guys a story today. And this is stuff I don't talk about very much. And it is about when I was younger. So I was raised by a single mom. I'm the oldest of 4 girls. My dad left when I was 9. This is not like a sob story because I'm actually great friends with my dad now. So please don't go be like, awful. No, it's part of our journey. It's part of our life. But he left when I was 9. And my mom was pregnant with my youngest sister. My mom had never worked a day in her life at that point. So our childhood was really hard. There was times where we didn't have food. There was times where, literally I was stepped into like a mothering role to help as my mom got very, very, very mentally ill and very sick. And I had to step in to raise my sisters. Now, I did not speak. I literally had the greatest fear of my life, truly, and I am not lying, you guys, was speaking. I would not even call for, pizza. If my mom made me call for pizza, you would have thought someone was chopping off my arm. And I am not joking. Like, it was that bad. I didn't talk at school. I was very, very, very quiet. Now, there's a lot of reasons why, but I did not use my voice. When you're going through a lot of things emotionally and you don't speak anything, you have to channel that energy somewhere. And I found that through dance. I actually became a dancer. I was a professional dancer for 20 years, but I danced as a child. I danced when I was younger and I was very, very good, but I danced that to literally save my life. I danced because everything I knew, every emotion I had, every part of me, I had to get out somewhere, and I got it out through my body. And that's how I would communicate, not through my words. Now, as I grew and I got older, I learned how to use my voice. I learned how to use my voice for benefit. But I'm going to tell you this. If you would have told even a 10-year-old me that I would be a professional network marketer 35, 40 years later, and I would talk to people for a living, she would think you were bat-ass nuts. Completely nuts. So keep this in your mind as we work through what we're going to work through today about creating a living vision for our life, because this goes so much further than beyond a why. This goes into creating something that we can then actually visualize and take inspired action in through our life. Now, because my vision was so clear about what I was going to do, yes, we were technically a statistic. Yes, we were, we could have been, my sisters and I could have been anything statistically that you think of growing up where we did with the circumstances we had. Everything. I didn't even let that in my reality. It didn't matter. All I knew is that I was going to be a professional dancer. I was moving to LA. I was going to follow my dreams. I was going to work on Broadway. It didn't matter what anyone told me. I could see myself on the stage in Madison Square Garden, literally my entire life. When I tell you my entire life, like 12 years old, it was so clear. And I never lost that vision. I never lost that vision through all the things that I went through up and down. But at 26 years old, I found myself on stage at Madison Square Garden. Those of you who don't know, Madison Square Garden is on hydraulics because of all the subways and where it's positioned underground. The whole room was bouncing. I had 4-inch heels on, hanging over the edge. The curtain came up. There was 13,000 13-year-olds in that room. They all start jumping. That stage starts moving. And all I'm thinking is, oh my God, I waited for this moment. I am going to fall off the stage. I didn't. I survived. And I'm here to tell the story about it. But also, everything I dreamed about to that day, it happened. And I'm 26. Now what? I never dreamed past that point. I didn't have any vision past that point. And I will tell you, because of that, I got a little lost. And that is when I found how to create a living vision. Because sometimes our dreams are actually what save us. Sometimes the dreams that are planted in our heart are the thing that gives us fuel so much that drives us out of a situation or a circumstance that is very, very difficult. And sometimes when things are really wonderful, we actually forget to dream because we're living it, right? It's so good. And then some of us fear that then, oh my gosh, it's so good, the rug's going to be pulled out from under you. Anyone ever felt that? Because that literally was what I was so used to. Yeah, I see some hands going up. Literally, you guys, I was so used to things getting so good and just waiting for the ball to drop. And when you do that, you actually put a cap on the reality of what you can create. And I got really, really, really good at that. I actually became a master manipulator of money. Has anyone ever done that before? Like, I could create just enough money to do whatever I needed to do, and then it would literally all go away, or just have enough or whatever. I became that because I didn't have the dream of the goal ahead. In network marketing, we say over and over and over, you guys, you have to have a why. Have a why so big you can cry. Have a why. That's great. For some of you guys right now, you might just need extra money to pay your bills. You might need extra money for college tuition. You might be in a really difficult situation in a relationship and you need money so that you have an option to get out. It could be something that is so feels like necessity based that you say a why that makes you cry. It's a why that makes you literally have to get up in the morning and you're fighting a depression just to get by. I know this because I too have been there. Later in life, when I've built businesses and everything has crumbled down around me to a point where literally I'm sitting on my couch going, it doesn't matter what I do. I cannot win. What is the point of all of this? Why? Why am I doing this? That's where the living vision comes in. This is where you get to really step back and see, why am I? In 5 years, when I wake up on my birthday, 5 years from now, who's actually there? What have I created? What action am I taking today that is moving me in the direction of the life I truly desire, but am not currently living? Because here's the thing, you guys, if you truly were taking the inspired action, you would have already created it right now and you would be living it. So everything we want is on the other side of what we don't have, and what we don't have is on the other side of fear. In order to get there, we're going to have to step into that fear in faith. And we don't know where the bottom is. That's literally like stepping out of an airplane and there's clouds everywhere and you don't know where the bottom is going to be. Yet what if there's clouds right here and that first step is actually right there and the fall wasn't so far? But that first step requires so much trust. When we create a living vision, what we do is we actually create a destination like you put into your GPS in your car. You create a destination for you to then create towards. You are moving what I call inspired action. It's just not action to create, to generate, to drop, to like literally drain us. It is taking action towards exactly what the intention of what and who and the energy of what you want 5 years from now. When we start doing this, we take that first step in fear, in faith, and the bottom doesn't fall out. You're like, all right, I didn't die. Let's see what we could do one more. All right, I didn't die. That's how I got over my fear of public speaking. I didn't die the first time I did it. Well, I almost died several times prior, but the first time in front of a couple thousand people where it actually like really mattered, I didn't die, and I learned from the experience, and it gave me a little belief to take the next step. That's what we're going to work on today. So if you're driving and something, go back and watch the recording. You are going to need paper. Grab paper if you have it, because I want you to jot these notes down. So when you spend some quiet time after this, really stepping in to who you are when you wake up 5 years from now on your birthday, you can really go deep. Because as adults, you guys, I told you how good I was at dreaming when I was younger. I told you how great I was about it. In fact, I'm going to tell you one more quick story before I show you how to write this. When I was 18, I was at school for dance. My undergrad is in dance, and I was at school for dance. And one morning I woke up and my entire right leg was blue. Completely blue. I could not move it. I went to the doctor, and they're poking needles all down my leg, and I'm watching blood run down my leg. And I can't feel it. Nothing. And they're like, there's something, this is really serious. Something's really wrong. So they flew me home. I was in LA, flew home to Northern California. That's where I grew up. Went to doctor after doctor after doctor. Could not move my leg. Was in a wheelchair. A surgeon comes in the room, a neurosurgeon comes in the room, gives me some spiel about his cross-country dream. Okay. I remember he had glasses on. This was funny because this is like 25 years ago and I remember it literally like it was yesterday. And he said, we need to do exploratory surgery on you, but I need to tell you this. You're never gonna dance again. Sometimes our dreams are just our dreams, and you're never gonna dance again. And thank God, and I'm teary-eyed because I'm so thankful that the 18-year-old me was wise enough to look him in the eyes, because remember, this is somebody I did not speak. I was very quiet. Some people probably wish I was like that now. That's true. I said, there is no way anyone that has known me for 5 minutes is going to tell me what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I left there. I went back down to LA. I found a dance chiropractor. I was wheeled into her office in a wheelchair, and I walked out. And I had a phenomenal dance career, traveled all over the world. But that day is when I also learned about holistic medicine. It's when I learned about holistic care. It's when I learned about being sovereign in my own health and empowering myself in the very unique body that I have been blessed with in this world. Many of you are blessed with incredible talents that somebody has told you you can never do and you should never do. There are people on this call right now or listening to the recording that have been told, you can't do this. This is stupid. This is a pyramid scheme. This is what, at this point, if anyone thinks a pyramid scheme is anything in this world, they're completely lost their mind, because we truly are the creators of our reality. And I hope every single one of you does not take somebody telling you their opinion in 5 minutes when they don't know you, they don't know your dreams, they don't know your heart, they don't know your gifts, that they never, ever, 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 ever get to make an imprint on who you are, not just 5 years from now, but 10 years from now, or the effects you leave in the future. Okay, that is my greatest wish for all of you. And I hope that sticks in all of your hearts, because I swear to you, there is nobody that has a gift that is better than the next person. God gave us our gifts for a reason. They were given to you for a reason. Don't think, oh, that person can do it or that person can do it. It was put on your heart, in your body, for you to take action in this world. That's the only way God gets to live through us, is through us and what we get to do. So how do you do a living vision? What do you do? You guys, as we dream and we get older, like I mentioned, it is so hard to keep dreaming. We get stuck in life. Believe me, when I had a 4-year-old that would cry from the time he woke up in the morning till the time he went to bed, my husband was traveling for work, I had a brand new baby. I'm positive I didn't dream. I'm positive I didn't even sleep. I just wanted to get through my day. We lose sight of what we want to create in this world because we move into survival mode. Once we start doing this, I want you to be so intentional. Number one, about who you share it with. Your living vision is not for everyone to know. Some of you could easily share with your spouses, and I'll share a story about that in a second, and it'll be amazing. Some of you might not be. And I want you to trust this, your heart, of who you share this very, very sacred information with, because this is the inspiration that is going to allow you to do daily motivational steps to create your ideal life 5 years from now. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit quietly. Really breathe into your present body. When we breathe into our belly and we expand into our chest, you can't be anywhere but present when you tune in. Your head doesn't breathe. In fact, you have a heart before you have a brain. Breathe into your body and drop in, and just give yourself 5 solid deep breaths in the now. And ask yourself, when I wake up on my birthday, 5 years from now, what does my dream day look like? And just be there. See what you see. Where do you live? What do you taste? What does your surroundings look like? Who's there with you? Here's the kicker. How old are you and those that are around you? If your children are there, how old are they? Take a full feel what it feels like. When I initially learned how to do this, I'll just give you an example because I actually don't remember how old I was, but it was past 5 years ago. I know that because I just did this one. And when I wake up on my 50th birthday, I just gave you all how old I am. I was like, my 50th birthday. Oh my God, this is crazy. So when I initially did this, I was definitely in my 30s because it was my 40th birthday. But when I woke up on my birthday to my house in the Bahamas, and you're going to write it as if it's a living, it's now. I wake up on my 40th birthday to my house in the Bahamas, and I step out over the water. My son is there at the time. I don't remember, but he's 15 years old. He's really excited about his art show when we get back to the States. My other son is there. He's 10. And when we get back, we have a huge showcase for him for theater when we get back. When I get back, we have a birthday party that we're celebrating, and I can see all the people, and I just list all the people there. I see it. I feel it. Where I travel, the events I have, the hundreds of thousands of people I'm speaking in front of. I write it all out. But when I wrote that first living vision, and I was just writing it, I was not using my brain. I was there. I was in the feeling, and I wrote, I'm celebrating my second book. Okay. Now I wrote that, and I was like, no, I've not written a book. I can't write my second book. I haven't read one. No, one. And every time I would go to write the one, my hand would turn it to a 2. Finished writing the living vision, read it over, sit with it. And I said, in 5 years, if I'm writing my second book, what do I need to be doing now? And that motivated me to start writing my first. And telling a story I didn't ever feel comfortable telling, publishing it, which I did, became an international bestseller of when we went from 6 figures of debt to 7 figures of income, and how I did that through network marketing. something that I was actually, even though I had made 7 figures in network marketing, too scared to talk about. How many of you have been very successful in many things and you've been too scared to talk about it? You're not doing yourself any service, you guys. But it wasn't until I wrote that living vision that I took the action in my daily life now. That's why you write the living vision. You write it so it gets so clear you can taste it. Now, here was where it got really good, because then I shared it with my husband. And when I shared it with my husband, he said, "Oh my gosh. Now I truly understand now why you do what you do." He didn't see it. He didn't know. He didn't see these dreams that were inspiring my heart to literally, I was on Zooms nursing babies, you guys. I would just adjust the thing, and I was like, I was literally burning candles on every single end. And when I told him that, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I see this. I see this." And then he went and wrote his living vision. And because I allowed myself to dream, he allowed himself to dream. And he came back and shared his with me. And his was like 500% better. Like, it was so much better. And I'm not going to say apples, oranges. Like, he really let himself dream. And I was like, dang, I really put a cap on what I was allowing in for myself. Because what you're also going to see when you write your living vision is the limitations and the caps you put on yourself, you guys. Those limitations are the limiting beliefs you're actually living through every single day. And we all have them. We all have them because we're human. We all have them because we have real life experience. I've had some phenomenal conversations with so many leaders that are massive leaders who have done incredible things. And every single one has gone through very hard things in their personal lives and their professional lives. Every single aspect of their life. There is nobody successful that I know that has not literally been broken down and completely cracked. That's what it feels like, but cracked open so that a new version could step forward, fully vulnerable to be whoever they are in that next stage of their life. Every single one. The leaders that surround you, we've been through it. There's no one I know, no one, especially at this point, who has an easy life now or an easy life earlier. Easy is perspective. It's perception. It's not reality. Reality is the current circumstances we're living in, and every single one of you has limiting beliefs. Depending on how much you feed them, you may see them more or not, but everybody, you guys. Sometimes we have to go backward and we have to look at those limiting beliefs in order to go forward. We have to go back. What is holding us back? What is triggering us in order to launch us forward? You guys, an arrow pulls back the farthest before it launches the furthest. That's how that works. So as you're building your living vision, as you're creating this, really look at what limitations, where am I holding myself back? You guys, I'm not joking. As a kid, I was told, you are so weird, no one will ever like you. And I believed it. I literally believed it. And I'm freaking weird, you guys. That's okay. I'm 45 and so weird, and that is great. But it literally probably took me a good 38 years to learn that that was okay. And some of you are exactly the same, but I actually thought no one liked me. Try building a network marketing when you have a limiting belief that no one likes you. What does that do? Some of you all have that. And then you're going to create a living vision and you're going to try to see a birthday party. You guys, I don't even like birthday parties. I don't even have birthday parties. Still don't have birthday parties to this day because of a horrible experience when I was 12 and everyone left my birthday party because my mom was sick and there was a disaster that happened and I literally thought no one liked me. These are real things that happen. And then you're trying to create your life as an adult and you're trying to dream. And these memories are stored within our cells. And within their cells, they create our brain and our thoughts then create our actions. So if you truly, truly, truly get clear with that vision and then get clear on where you're setting those limits in yourself, maybe that gives you some time to reflect and let go. Maybe that gives you some time. There are people now listening now that will not do this. Some of you won't even let yourself dream. And I truly want to challenge you to sit with this. If you have children, look at them. Sorry. Look at them. Because would you not want them to? Would you not want your child to dream? Would you tell your children their dreams aren't worth it? Because again, if you told my 10-year-old me that I would be a professional network marketer traveling all over the world, speaking to tens of thousands of people, literally an international best-selling author that wrote on network marketing, you are crazy. In my dreams, you guys, it wasn't I was a professional network marketer. When I write my living vision, it actually has nothing to do with network marketing itself. What I see are the people I'm surrounded by, the hearts I touch, the communities I create. What I see and feel is a feeling, because feelings motivate us. They also unmotivate us. And you guys, when things are really good in business, it is really easy to just be in it. Like we are on a run, right? It is literally 24/7. But when something hard happens, and it will, because number one, we are human, and number two, we are in business with other humans. Those two dynamics alone right there will tell you that something hard will happen. But hard things don't have to ruin us. Hard things are simply hurdles that help grow us. Hard things are like when you're working out in the gym and you got to push just a little bit harder to get to the next level. Those things show up for us. But if you don't have that clear living vision of where you're moving towards, you could let that hard thing take you out. And here's why. 5 years ago or so, something really, really tough happened in my business. Really tough. For 3 days, I did not get out of bed. I had my head under the covers and I literally did not move. My kids kept coming in and laying on me. They were like trying to cheer me up. And I asked myself, Tara, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And I realized this person that did what they did to me was not going to be in my life in 5 years. Most likely they weren't even going to be in my life in 6 months at that point. But my babies, my kids, the ones that were laying there, the ones that were investing with me, and the ones that actually cared about me not moving from my bed for 3 days, they were. And I remember the moment. I literally said, I am not going to let somebody that's not even going to be in my life in 5 years determine what I do for these kids. And I got up and I just powered through. And it was not easy, but it was worth it. That's why you do your dreams. That's why you step into fear in faith and hope that that bottom doesn't come out. Because even if the bottom's way down here, you guys, that's okay. Skydiving is fun sometimes. We most live to tell about it. So you'll get there. Okay. You will not hit bottom. And some of you actually just need to put your feet down and stand up where you are. Some of you just need to put your feet down and stand up. Some of you are waiting for the bottom to fall out, but you're standing on it. Like, stop. You're on the bottom step. Next step is up. You have a choice in it. But in your daily action now, once you create that living vision, and this is truly how I have the success I do in my business. I recreate my living vision every single year on my birthday, and I just had one. And I reassess. Because once you start moving towards that which you want to create and you put intention towards it, you will be so surprised how the things from way ahead move back. Remember when I said 5 years from now I was writing my second book? Well, now it's been easily 5 years and I have 3 out. 3. I couldn't even say that. But nothing happens without you taking inspired action first. It doesn't. So we have to move towards that and then reassess. Decide who you share it with. Not everyone gets to know who is in your living vision and what you do. But this is why every single day when I do my daily schedule, which is so mapped out, you guys, my day is mapped out hour by hour, and I plan the day before the day begins. So before I wake up in the morning, I plan the day for the day begins so I can go to bed with a quiet mind. But I want you to think about this. There's a pile of ping pong balls sitting on the table. There's 20 of them. And you have an empty vase. And you have a giant pile of sand. If I take that giant pile of sand and I fill that empty vase to the top, will those 20 ping pong balls fit in that vase? It absolutely will not. Not even possible. But if I take those 20 ping pong balls and I put them in the vase first, and I take the sand and pour it over, the sand fills in between those ping pong balls, and now actually both fit. Those 20 ping pong balls are the 20 most valuable things in your life. Those 20 ping pong balls are the things that are in that living vision. When you look at that living vision and you look who is there 5 years from now, who do I see? Who do I feel? Who is around me? Those 20 things, those get your value and your time during the day. Those get in the schedule first because those are the things you are moving towards. The sand, the stuff that fills in the places in between, sand blows away. Sand is not in our life in 5 years. Sand is the trip to the grocery store that maybe a delivery could happen. Sand is someone saying, oh man, you do one of those things, you suck at that, you should never do that. Guess what? They're probably not going to be in your life 5 years from now either. And if it's your mom, she might be, but she may have a different role. If you're wise and you keep protecting the other people in your ping pong balls, believe me, you guys, I have an entire family that doesn't even know what I do for a living. I sure help them financially. I help them do a whole lot of things, but they still don't know what I do for a living. Not everyone has to know and not everyone has to understand you. Some of you guys beat the dead horse just to be understood, and you don't even understand you. You understand you. You understand what you're building for. You understand what you're creating, and you never, ever, ever in your daily schedule, ever move a ping pong ball for sand. Ever. You give your value and time to those things that are most important in your living vision when you wake up 5 years from now. And I promise you, you won't be burned out. Your soul will be lit on fire. You will be inspired daily, taking the action in movement towards that. And you will create a life that you truly love right now, because you will be moving towards that which you see and feel deeply in your heart. So I hope this was really helpful for you guys. I hope this motivated your week to get started. It was an honor being here with you guys. I can't wait. If you guys write living visions, do not post them online. Please don't post them online. It'll be everything I said no to do. But if you're just writing it or anything, please tag me on Instagram. I am the Body Wise Dancer on Instagram. Tag me. I want to share it. I want to see how you're showing up inspired in your life, how you're making a difference, how you're staying motivated, how you're creating inspired action, how you are living in alignment, and how you are really creating dreams that the only person that can create them, you guys, is you. No one can do it for you. All right, you guys, have an awesome week.